Donal is married to a soulmate, no less. The Northmen have been driven back, and our control over Greater Albion hinges upon how quickly we can press as many claims as possible while Donal is still alive. Now, granted, we can keep doing that after Donal has passed, but preferably while he's alive, given how long he's been waiting for the throne. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Crusader Kings III in our Empire of Albion series. So we have Gwynedd here that we can declare war on. We have Deheubarth that we can declare war on. Actually, we can't because we don't have a Casus Belli. But we have a number of characters with claims. We also have some claims on Wessex. Now, I've invited, as you will recall at the end of the last episode, I invited several characters to court to see if they had claims. No one has really popped up yet. It's possible I might have overlooked one or two, but we're going to keep an eye on that, and we also will have the option to invite claimants again in about 10 years. So you can tell that we did it quite recently. It's been maybe a month since we did it. So hopefully others will show up, but for the time being, we still have a truce with Ireland, so we can't conquer any more land there. The objective, by the way, is if you look at Britannia, in order to declare ourselves emperor, we need about 21 more counties, and it's just going to be piecemeal conquering these until we control all the territory that we possibly can. So this countess has a claim on this county here. So we're going to go ahead and declare this war. And let's really quickly just ensure, yeah, there are no allies. So let's do this, and it should be over relatively quickly. We're going to take the territory that is being claimed first. Oh, what's this? A pool of blood is congealing under the feet of Arnulf, a diplomat sent by my ally Duchess Ute of East Franconia, or Ute. By the immense quantity soaked up by my fine carpet, I can only assume he has been bleeding on this spot for hours, if not longer. My apologies for this mess. I was defenestrated by a dwarf trying to rob me in an inn on my journey to Edinburgh. However, as the rapscallion cushioned my fall, the diplomatic visit can continue. It will still be days until my blood loss is fatal. So this is just a way to get in, like, get good favor with this particular duchess. Or we could maybe gain some diplomacy lifestyle experience, some gold, and some court grandeur. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I mean, you have a good enough opinion of me that I can take the loss, but I want the diplomacy lifestyle experience, to be completely honest. That seems like a good idea. Random event. That increased our court grandeur again after we had to decrease it last episode. So we are going to lose some gold here for a bit. It's going to be just par for the course, kind of the back and forth with everything. We do still need to declare some additional duchies, but I do want to... Oh no, Donald's become obese. Eating a little bit too much. That's a shame. So again, I want to get as much done while he's alive. That's literally supporting the thing I was in the middle of saying when that popped up. If he dies, we're going to have another tumultuous transition, you know, to the throne from probably his firstborn son, who is currently the heir. Yeah. But there's been some back and forth. Him and Thomas, Donald's brother, younger brother, are going back and forth. And they're not directly going back and forth, although they very well might be. What's actually happening is the vote totals from all the people voting in the tanistry. Remember that the primary kingdom title of Scotland has a tanistry law. So the vote totals are currently going toward Ecthegern, but also they're going back to Thomas. So it's kind of swinging back and forth, and hopefully he can continue to get more awesome the same way that Donald did, so that, you know, there's less back and forth. But regardless of what happens, we're not going to have a character that's as awesome as Donald taking the throne next. It's one of the really interesting aspects of playing Crusader Kings III. When you can't help but think about, like, how much of a problem this actually was in deciding lines of succession for royalties. So when you have, or for monarchies rather. So when you have one person that you're, like, focused on preparing for the throne, I could have had, as Constantine, for example, I could have made sure that not only was Donald being raised properly, but also I could have made sure that his son was also being raised properly. I could have taken on my grandson as a ward to ensure that Ecthegern was properly raised. I didn't do that, but then you have to ask, okay, well, are you really that confident that your grandson and maybe your great-grandson is going to be the one on the throne? What could go wrong? because in CK3, you end up playing as long as it's a member of your dynasty, you end up playing as whoever the legitimate successor is. So I suppose it's also somewhat specific to the Tanistry situation that we're in, but not completely. So it's really fascinating, given that it could really go in a completely different direction, and we can prepare, theoretically, but our preparations won't necessarily amount to much. So the bishop is once again prepared to give me a claim on Ceredigion. Now, I want to try to get a claim on the whole place. I have enough claims in the area that I can chip away at it while we're waiting. So I'm going to say no, I cannot. He has, as I mentioned last episode, he has a very, very nice learning score. Alright, so we're going to win this war pretty handily. We can hold court. Let's definitely do that. My guest Non approaches my throne with a smirk on her face and bows deeply. Greetings, Your Majesty. During my recent trip to the Kingdom of Wessex, I learned some fascinating tidbits about several of King Alfred's subjects. I would be happy to share these with you for a price. Okay, so I'm probably just going to say, begone, rumormonger. My court has no place for the likes of you, because the extra court grandeur would come in handy right now, just to maintain a little bit of control over the situation. My lord, I represent the religious community of St. Andrews. While rummaging through our modest archive, we have come across a very peculiar book. The cover was dusty, the binding fragile, and the pages were yellowed by time, but it contained the most unusual drawings, and the script itself was unknown to us all. We are certain it is unique in the world, a long-lost vault of knowledge, a true treasure. That's why we offer it to you. Perhaps it's the original copy of the Will of God, or it's a memoir from the world's creation. So, mysterious book, we can just gain it. We can say fascinating, call for my antiquarian. So, it could be a rare and valuable text, or it could be a badly crafted fake. Or we can say, who cares about books? I like the idea of adding it to my collection. If this is something that could help Donald be better in the final kind of like years of his life, that seems ideal. In a brief moment of silence, I see Mormer Amcade, or Onamcade. There's a pronunciation I can't even begin to approximate, tapping his foot before realizing that it's his turn to speak. My liege, he says, giving him some precious time to finalize his thoughts before continuing. Smiles and laughter are a great indicator of a lively court. Thus, I have a suggestion for someone who could make a great jester to entertain us, who could come to visit. Father, if I may, Prince Ethegern speaks up from the silence, a jester will ruin the sophisticated air of this court and replace its refinement with crude, infantile humor. So we can appoint Ethegern as court jester. Wow. We can say this is not a peasant's market and we gain austere court for 5 years. Reduces diplomacy but improves learning. Or we can say, perhaps I'll look into this some other time. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and... I'm going to say this is not a peasant's market. A jester has no place in this court. My business here is done. Okay. So let's finish this battle. Court grandeur is back up to 10. Here be secrets. As I lean over to pick up a scripture to study, my son Donald barges through the door, interrupting my tranquil solitude. Father, you won't believe what I found out about Peter. He pauses to catch his breath for dramatic effect. Well then speak. So we can learn a secret about him. Or we can say, aha, secrets are currency, my dear boy, and this will further his intrigue education focus. So let's say secrets are currency. Yeah, definitely. All right, so we won that battle pretty handily. Let's go ahead and take the territory here. Now, has anyone actually shown up? I don't think anyone's shown up that has a claim. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Donald's first teething, so we're going to let him... Interesting. Let's give him some gold because this will reduce Donald's stress considerably. Our stress, not the kid's stress. Our stress. So we will get his milk tooth, but the main thing is the stress relief that we're going for. Here, a gift begets a gift. So he's down to minimal stress. Also, hold on. Let's take a look at that book that I just got. Okay, so Donald's milk tooth is here, but I want to take a look at that mysterious book that I gained. Oh, it must still be something that some events will pop up for because we don't currently have any options. Okay, well, let's start raiding. Also, I think what I'd like to do here is I'm going to send this army down to Ceredigion. we can attack using a two-pronged style. My spy master has come to me with grave news. It is my sister, Princess Sophia, that is plotting against Peter. That's interesting. So, we can't imprison her because, well, we actually don't even have the option to imprison her. I'm not sure why, given that we just figured out she's the one scheming. Alright, Bernice is under siege. Really? So that army managed to get all the way back up there and then start sieging me. That's incredibly rude. So now we're going to have to back off of this particular siege. I'm just going to take their capital while we deal with them. So we're going to have the two-pronged attack. Boiling anger. You might be a king, but you are also a blathering fopdoodle. You lose 39 stress. That even he struggles is calming. Caravan master position vacated. Aww. Starkather just died. Man. He served the kingdom well. Rest in peace. He wasn't even Scottish by birth, but he was awesome. Alright, so where are you? Caravan master. Yeah, Patrick is going to be the obvious replacement there. Let's go ahead and appoint him. And also, wasn't he also master of the hunt? I believe he was. We don't have... I don't think we're going to appoint another master of the hunt right now. We can call allies to war. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Alright, let's unpause and continue to see how this goes. We need to try and stop those guys. We have a dangerous faction. They can send an ultimatum soon. Several of them want independence from me. I wonder if... Yeah. Wow. Yeah, there are no real ways to increase the opinion of these characters. So there's going to be a civil war before long. Unless I can find a way to head this off. "33 months is when they can send an ultimatum. Also, we're going to be in debt very soon, which is not going to help with that situation. Okay, let's stop these guys here. Daylight. Oh, hey. This event has continued to progress. A long time has passed since I decided to focus on emulating the fame of my dead father, even long since his death. It is stressful and demanding to step out of the shadow. I still feel the world judging me, not by my deeds alone, but always in comparison to King Constantine. I know I'm respected, but is it enough? What more can I do to be remembered? To be more than my father ever was? So we've lost Shadow of Fame Dawn, and now we have Daylight, which is a huge prestige gain, monthly, and also an even larger stress gain. There's still much more for me to achieve. Alright, so we're going to gain stress there. I'm glad I was doing everything I could to reduce his stress there for a moment. Alright, let's finish that particular army. This fight's going well. Looks like we might have stack wiped them that time. Which, thank God. Let's go ahead and just take Durham since we're at war. We're not going to actually keep it. Oh no. Oh no. Donald just gained okay. This is going south real quick. Scotland has problems of its own. Man, I mean, his health is poor, so it's not, like, terrible yet. So he seized Bejeweled Scriptures after the siege of Ceredigion. Nice. Alright, also nice. So, tell you what, let's just keep... Let me see where I can get the most gold here. 22, 17, 17, 17, 20, 7. Okay, in that case, yeah, we're just going to raid here. And it also looks like... Oh, 23 gold here. Nice. Okay, well, that'll work. Spouse, act on my behalf. My wife spends a significant amount of time traveling the realm with her honor guard. There are many matters she can settle on my behalf, and the military presence Queen Ben Lygan brings with her is a firm reminder of my right to rule. So, my queen and I stand ready in defense of the realm, or we can say make sure the people grovel appropriately, my dear, and gain 12 dread. Now, the dread would help us, given that we have this problem here, this faction that I'm in the middle of looking at. I don't know that we're going to be able to head it off, though, and part of me is like, we can try to game the system, or play the game, you could put it that way, and prevent the war from happening. actually, there's a really good, straightforward argument to say that is playing the game. But at the same time, you can also sort of allow the rebellion to happen just for the narrative development because it's an interesting twist. So I'm kind of torn between which direction I want to take. A gift fit for: the hustle and bustle is palpable among the traveling merchant stalls. The temporary shacks are stacked to the rafters and contain all manner of knickknacks. These pieces are positively radiant and would make a lovely gift. As Queen Ben Ligon and I walk by one of the merchants peddling jewelry, she hesitates slightly as she leans in for a closer look. Perhaps one of these would brighten the day for my precious soul. So this would give her the bejeweled option. But I mean, her opinion of me is already stellar. So I'm not going to spend more gold right now, as much as that's a nice thing to do. We're in debt, and I'm needing to like gain as much gold as I can from these remaining. This is not even gold that I'm gaining. This is just kind of keeping me out of debt by succeeding in these particular battles. So it looks like we have captured someone we can ransom. Yes, we can ransom for 26 there, but we might wait on that. We captured the wife of the current ruler. All right, so there's that. We have another army that's appeared somehow. All right, I want you to march back down that direction. This siege will hopefully be done soon. Yes, I know we're in debt. We still have not actually taken control here. Okay, so I'm guessing you're going to try and take Ceredigion. Yep, that's cute. All right, let's see if we can get this army back down to intercept them before they retake it. Otherwise, I'm going to need to bring this one over. I don't want to give up this siege. A loving lock. I am engaging my dearest Queen Ben Ligon of Scotland in our usual pillow talk, wrapping her lovely hair around my fingers. Oh, we got this event with, I think, it was the one that popped right as Constantine's second, or what, third wife was going to, like, she had just been kidnapped, but we still got an event where, as if she was with us, which was interesting. So, I will wear it when I die. That's disgusting. Or, I will wear it until I die. So we gained the loyal trait, which... Okay. This siege is almost over. So the loyal trait might help with that faction, but I don't think it's helped that much. They can send an ultimatum in 25 months. The fact that we're in debt is genuinely not helping. Alright. Now let's see if we can conquer a few other castles here. Oh, we have a learning perk available. Nice. We're going to go for planned cultivation. Also, what are my counselors presently doing? Yeah, still increasing control. It's going to take 4 years there. Sheriff Sturla is collecting taxes. Yeah, the Chancellor is... They've already been working on improving direct vassal opinion. So this current rebellion threat that we're seeing, unfortunately, is... like... that's happening even with all the work that I'm doing and with how great of a character Donald has been. Like, people are not happy with the idea of remaining under his rule. So we could have a schism here that could make what might otherwise be a very straightforward steamroll run towards the end of the series. We could have something go in a different direction. Expectations. You are always there for me, and I hope you know that I'm grateful. My son Donald approaches me in a rare display of appreciation. All right, so this is what it means to be Guardian. You grow closer to forming a friendship with Donald Ailpin. Nice. All right, so let's see if we can get these. I'm honestly surprised we haven't won this war yet, but the fact that we haven't is really, really putting me in a bad position. Trusting me. My son Donald has been asking me for a pet rabbit for a long time, and I told him I would get him one in 3 months if he displayed more focus on his studies. Ever since I made the promise, he has been redoubling the effort of his studies. So this would be... we can let him keep trusting, or we can push him towards content or fickle, and it would be stressful. Let's just let him keep trusting. That's fine. Lead to gold. The transmutation of lead to gold has long been the dream of alchemists across the world, though many have attempted such a feat, nobody is known to have succeeded. Despite this, I have come across some notes written in the margins of a book about plants that claim that one can create golden rain by boiling lead sugar in a filtered solution of seaweed ash. Could such a thing be possible? If nothing else, it's worth investigating. So we could go down a path of zealousness, which might help us in the eyes of some vassals. I will not be tempted by the promises of witchcraft. Let's do that. I think Donald, at this point, he's not feeling well. His ascent to the throne has been entirely too long, so he's really determined to, like, assert himself. Like, his ego is really out there, you know? Like, he really wants people to know that he's better than his dad. So I will not be tempted by the promises of witchcraft. Like, he really wants everyone to see that he's an awesome ruler, and he's not going to be tempted. All right, so some prisoners have died. All right, let's go ahead and eliminate this army. We're still only at 89%, which is wild, by the way. War score is actually going down. Not sure why war score is going down when, I mean, I'm continuously defeating their armies. That's really crazy. All right, break it up, both of you. You gain August for 5 years. That's extra diplomacy lifestyle experience. I'll take it. All right, well, you go ahead and raid here then. This is really unfortunate. War score is going down, and so is my treasury, by the way. This war is not going to plan. All right, so let's actually take control of the territory that we are supposedly trying to capture. And this army is once again on the move. What is happening? Will you just stack wipe already? This is seriously annoying. All right, let's go kill them again. Again. Or at least war score went up to 93 now. I'm not sure why. 92. Call to war. All right, we'll accept. We don't want to give up an alliance, but we also can't really do anything to support that war right now. Enemy banner. Nice. Let's say put it on the celebration part. We don't need this useless token. I think we have multiple factions at this point. No, it's just one, but this one is problematic for sure. And we have no means. The only thing that I might be able to do is I might be able to get some money from the Pope. Maybe. In order to offset this debt. But this is pretty extreme. No freaking way. That's hilarious and yet so sad at the same time. King Donald of Scotland has found peace in Christ's embrace at 57 years of age. He drank himself to death. Known to have stained his hands in the blood of his own kin, he is surely paying for his horrific crimes in hell. King Ecthegern ascends to the throne, a wise and learned man. Progress and innovation is expected under his rule. Continue as King Ecthegern. Yeah, he's wise and learned, but he's not that great in many other ways. This is gonna... Donald was a great character like 50 years before he took the throne. So now, oh man, oh man, oh man. Okay, everything stops. Let's go ahead and see who we can appoint here. All right, so we have a very angry vassal here that would be not as effective as a chancellor, but giving him a role might improve his opinion. So we need to kind of make people happy right now. Yeah, Sheriff Sturla definitely... You know, man, he's still unhappy. Holy crap. All right. Regenwald is still Marshal. Excellent. We can actually bring in our sister, Princess Cummin, Domhnall's daughter of Scottish. So this, we had some events relating to her character over the last couple of episodes. In some ways, she would be like a really, really good spy master. She's an elusive shadow. She has 20 intrigue, but other characters have that much intrigue as well. So you could just as easily say, you know, Prince Daniel, our uncle, should be spy master. Just, you know, because he... How many men does he control? 1,000? Yeah. If we give him the role, then that's 1,000 men that might not rise up against us. So let's do that. Yeah, wow. All right, we still have too many duchies, so we have lots of stuff still to figure out. Holy crap. I might spend the rest of this episode just sort of getting my bearings, because what I was sort of foreshadowing at the beginning of the episode, not realizing it was going to happen in the next 30 minutes. Oh my god, that's so sad. What a plot twist. Holy crap. And now you know why I wanted to play this game on this channel. Wow. All right, so I'm going to pick a lifestyle that best supports what we need to do with this character. I think I'm going to go for martial, because there are ways that I can, authority focus. We're going to go for an authority focus. It will give me 1 martial point right away. Dread gain will be improved by 20%. So anything that we do that gives us dread, we'll get 1/5 more of that. And then control growth will be plus 0.3 per month. And martial experience will be improved as well. All right, so here's the upside. We now have a young king. King Ecthegern Donaldson of Scotland. Remember, we also have Princess Plaisance of West Francia. Now, one thing I want to take a look at real quick is there someone, because right now, Ecthegern has no kids. So the really positive thing about what just happened is that we now have really direct control over the bloodline again, over the dynasty, just over the way things develop. And so, I mean, this is a good betrothal. She's a solid character, and we might even be able to... Hang on. All right, no, so we can't actually educate her at the moment. But, hold on. Yeah, so Ben Lygan was, of course, Donald's wife. She's now a drunkard as well at 19. That's incredibly sad. All right, let's say healthy. Traits inheritable. Female. Okay. I don't know if it's going to show me all the possible options here, given that we already have a betrothal set up. So, I mean, we could go with this, but there's a part of me that, like... This is a major alliance. That's 6,000 troops, and I could potentially need that alliance. All right, so Peter is still our archbishop, and he approves of us. That's good. Let's see what else we can do here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. We have dual Excaliburs, which is still hilarious, in case you were wondering. Court event here. In the past few days, neighboring Reeve Habert has been visiting my court on his way to some holy site or something. So, since his arrival, he has been outshining me with his generosity towards my own courtiers, who have been all lapping up his gold with no dignity. I can't help but scoff when I see him surrounded by adoring courtiers from the umpteenth time. My courtiers. A purse for you, good Proincius, and some coins for you also, kind Morrigan, and for you, sweet Donald, sweet honey cakes. Remember, riches are meant to be shared. All right, so we can say I can be even more generous, and they'll all gain a certain opinion of me. Or we can say I should take advantage of his silly generosity too. Or we can say I believe he's overstayed his welcome. And, I mean, I think I'm just going to do this for the prestige. We're just going to say he overstayed his welcome for the prestige. All right. Nominate successor. Wow. Wow. I cannot. There is a part of me that wants to cast my vote for the princess. This is the current ruler's sister. And I kind of like that idea. But there's also Prince Thomas, the Impaler. He's patient, he's forgiving, he's stubborn, intricate web weaver, eager reveler, hunter, torturer, forwarder, and journaler. So he's a solid character. He currently has the most votes. So, you know what? Let's just cast the vote there for now. But that's a really interesting possibility we could pursue in the future. Let's see. All right, so we can hold court, and I'd probably want to do that But before I do that, we need to arrange our duchies differently. Yeah, it's these territories that need to be given away. Again, same as they were given away before. So, some of all skills. Interesting. So we have a new character here, Ethelbald, who is content. He's deceitful, so he's a content empath. And he's a good ruler. But the fact that he's content means we're not likely, if we give this territory away to him, we're not likely to deal with a problem from him in the future. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We don't have any kids to give the title to yet. So for now, we're just going to give all of that to him. He's going to become my vassal. It's going to be kind of a shock, because right now he's unlanded. So he's going to go from being unlanded to being a duke. But he's an excellent candidate for the position. All right, so we just gave away the duchy. We dealt with that problem. We've got some disabled buildings, but let's see, prisoners can be ransomed. Let's go ahead and ransom that prisoner, and okay, already considering a proposal. So we still have this war ongoing, which hopefully will be over in the next few moments. Yeah, this is a really interesting turn of events. Wet nurse position vacated, scandalous priest. The Catholic world was appalled to learn that my Archbishop Peter has been keeping a list of all who have ever wronged him, detailing numerous ways he plans to get back at them and satisfy his lust for revenge. While scandals among the clergy are nothing new, it is disquieting for one to occur so close to home. So we could condemn him for his transgressions, and he would lose a level of devotion, but we would gain piety, and he would become my rival. Or we can say, maybe we should just, stay silent about this. But we're a brand new king, and we're young. That's the thing, too. So, like, a really solid start here is a good idea. Also, does he have lover's pox? Dude, yeah, condemn him for his transgressions. Sorry, I looked at his mouth like, why do you look like a vampire right now? No, that's just lover's pox. Great. Yeah, that's happening. So he's now our rival, and as a result, there we go. We've officially won the war. Let's enforce the demands. So be it. And now we are, of course, involved in a war as well. We've gained a favor hook on that countess. So we could potentially... Interesting. Yeah, we're not endorsed by our Archbishop. I'm well aware, trust me. I'm surprised that we can't modify her contract, but I think the reason is... Let's see. She's not our direct vassal. That's why. So I could potentially modify his contract. Why is his opinion of me so terrible? Oh, he wants a seat on the council. His opinion of my predecessor is low. I'm an unpreferred heir. Wow. So we could still have some civil war here in the next little while. Let's see how this war is looking down here. Oh, wow. That doesn't look particularly good. Can I, like, quietly leave the war? Because I don't want to deal with it right now. Okay. I think I might just sort of let that war kind of play out. And then what I'll do here is we're going to bring these units back into my territory and then disband them all. Okay. Because we need to collect ourselves. Okay, so now everyone can be disbanded. They'll take 3 months to return home, making it take longer to raise them again. I know. Alright, so let's do that. Now, we still have a massive gold... Why is our... Hold on. Did this happen again? No, it didn't. Unraised men-at-arms. Yeah, no other troops are... I think maybe the income might just need to correct this month. I think our income might sort of fix itself on it. Oh, nice. We are related, and there's a risk of our children being inbred. Okay, so hang on. Let's take a look here. So if we pull up the dynasty tree, House Carling. Here's Princess Ermintrude, and here's Plaisance Carling. So if we look at her, it's really not the dynasty tree I wanted to see. It was just her particular ancestry. So Queen Raymond, King Louis, I'm trying to figure out where the relation kicks in. Because I genuinely have no idea. I remember there was a commenter that pointed this out, but now I'm just trying to look at the family tree and figure out, like, okay, well, how are we related? These are her parents. My parents were... Ah. Okay. Starting to be a bit more clear. Kind of divergent. So basically someone that we married probably while Constantine was still alive into the Lotharingian royalty, it looks like, led to this particular child. So that's really interesting. I think I'm going to make this decision at the beginning of the next episode because we're at the end of this one and I need to go ahead and get this one out. So much has happened, and I feel like that's a decision for the beginning of the next episode because we're still establishing the family line, and this is a huge opportunity. Ecthegrin's only 28. It's a huge opportunity to kind of regain control. I'm leaning into my mic because I'm like so focused. Anyway, sorry. We'll figure this out at the beginning of the next one. There's just so much that's happened, and things just got 10 times more interesting, and there's so many things I still haven't looked at, so that's interesting. Rest in peace, Donald. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. For channel emotes and member badges, look for the join button to learn more. New episodes drop every day but Tuesday at 11 a.m. US Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome, so leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.